Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, we from Dubai. I will introduce myself. My name is SILSILAH and in group 5 there are my friends, 3 girls and 1 boy. I will introduce my friends. The first is Nur SAFFANA Saskia Kirana. The second is LAYLA KAMILA Haki. The third is LINIA SRR. The the last is ARIF HAFIZ UTAMA. Okay. The first question. Hello guys, in your opinion, what is critical thinking?
Okay, for me, critical thinking is the mode of thinking about any subject, problem, and or content. It skillfully thinks, or we can say that critical thinking is focused on rationality and logic, and it's improve our quality of thinking.
Okay, thank you.
May I give my opinion?
Okay.
Okay, could you hear my voice clearly?
Yes.
Okay, in my opinion, critical thinking is the process of analyzing available facts, evidence, observation, and argument in order to form an opinion. But the simply defined critical thinking is thinking about the thinking to make thinking better. And there are 5 types of critical thinking that are both common and impactful. First, observation is the ability to notice and predict opportunities, problems, and solutions. Second, analysis is the gathering, comprehending, and interpreting data and other information. Third, inference is the process of drawing conclusions based on relevant data, information, and personal knowledge and experience. Fourth, communication is the sharing and receiving of information with others through verbal, non-verbal, and written. The last one, problem solving, is the process of gathering, analyzing, and communicating information in order to identify and troubleshoot solutions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Linia. How about the other?
In my opinion, critical thinking is the intellectually disciplined process of actively and skillfully conceptualizing, applying, analyzing, synthesizing, or evaluating information gathered from generated by observation, experience, reflection, reasoning, or communication as a guide to belief and action. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Laila. How about you? Okay, Hafiz.
In my opinion, at university, you're often encouraged to be critical in your thinking, reading, and writing. Critical thinking aims to open up and challenge existing knowledge rather than to reproduce it. Critical thinking, reading, and writing can simply be defined as considering more than one point of view or interpretation. So you must be critical in university in order to get the more knowledge in university. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Hafiz. The next to the second question is, what is the use critical thinking in the technology? Who want to answer first?
May I give my opinion?
Okay.
I think in the digital era, whereas the use of technology is a common around us, such as using on a market, a website that contains a news, or anything else that easier we are to access. I think as technology users, we need to think critically. Why? Because publish on the internet, it becomes our responsibility as individuals to determine what is right, wrong, immoral, illegal, biased, or totally incorrect. This form of judgment can be taught and learned. In this context, we can define critical thinking is the ability to carefully evaluate and think about the information presented to us.
Finish? Okay, thank you very much, Linia. How about the other?
Okay, for me, the technology is the one. It's short enough, but yeah, it's okay. Technology is one of the most powerful tools in for our critical thinking skills. And critical thinking skills is the ability to careful to evaluate and think about the information presented to us. Technology, especially the internet, is allow us as a student to not look the teacher as the sole source of information. That's all from me.
Okay, thank you, SAFFANA. How about the other?
And
Want to
for
answer?
me, yeah, student can use technology as a tool to make the teaching process easier, and student also can use it to research further knowledge. The standard of education in Indonesia will rise if the educators and if the student can effectively employ this teaching.
Okay, thank you, Layla. How about you, Hafiz?
Yeah, sorry. Technology helps students move beyond sitting attentively and listening and promotes more hands-on learning. It affects critical thinking by helping students apply what they have learned to real-life situations and develop problem-solving skills. There are two essential elements of critical thinking that I have just said. Thanks.
The next question is, why is critical thinking so important for university students? Want to answer? Okay, Hafiz.
Yeah, I think critical thinking is an essential subject in any education because it teaches you how to teach yourself. By studying critical thinking, you learn how to take responsibility for the way you interpret and respond to the world. That's a really important part of learning how to learn. So, I mean, critical thinking is very, very important for college students. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Hafiz. You, SAFFANA.
Okay, for me, critical thinking is one of the most important academic skills that teach students to act on their own understanding and knowledge about the information that has been presented to students. And these skills also important for students as it gives the ability to think in the right way and solve problems in more efficient and methodical way.
Thank you, Saffana. And in my opinion, why is why is critical thinking so important for university students is because students are the agents of change who will bring the nation toward a better life with the knowledge and skill gained by students from college students can make change. Thank you. All from the other.
May I?
Okay.
Okay, I think as a student, we need critical thinking, as I mentioned before in the explanation, and about technology and SAFFA, ARIF, and MAHDA mentioned that critical thinking is important because it is we can directly to solve a problem, and we are as a student an agent of change. And I think we are currently know that why is critical thinking important. But do you know, guys, almost everything we do fosters critical thinking. However, much of this important skill is encourages to be practiced at school. Critical thinking does beyond just thinking clearly. It's also about thinking for yourself. When a teacher asks a question in class, students are given a chance to answer for themselves and think critically about what they learn and what they believe to be accurate. When students work in groups and are forced to engage in discussion, this is a great chance to explain the thinking and use their critical thinking skill. That's why after we are learned, especially in the class, we are get so many insightful because unconsciously we use critical thinking in the class as a student. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Linia. How about you, Laila?
In my opinion, critical thinking is the important for students because with critical thinking we will able to select, process, interpret, and use knowledge acquired in the educational world to provide meaningful learning if they process critical thinking skill. Thank you.
Thank you, Laila. For the last question is, how does the implementation of technology in the class affect critical thinking of the student? Who want to answer? Okay, Savannah.
Okay. Uh, the one of many ways to implement critical thinking is discussion forums. Discussion forums allow students to communicate with their peers, and this can be one of the tools to be able to analyze critical thinking skills. For example, as we are today, like this, looking to convey each other's opinions on a particular topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Savannah. How about the other? Who want to
Okay.
answer?
May
Okay.
Okay, I think schools are introducing more and more technology in the classroom to keep up with advance. They have to better prepare students for the world of growing technology as we are using right now, using a Zoom. In a classroom setting, activities and learning can be more interactive with the use of technology. Technology is capable of engaging multiple scenes and can improve students' investment in the material. Therefore, appropriate technology in classroom increases student academic achievement, self-confidence, motivation in class, and attendance. Technology helps students move beyond sitting attentively and listening and promotes more hands-on learning. It affects critical thinking by helping students apply what they have learned to real-life situations and develop problem-solving skills, the essential elements of critical thinking. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, LINIA. How about the other? Who want to answer? How about you, Layla? How about you, Hafiz?
Yeah. In my opinion, critical thinking with technology makes all learning things easy because students can easily find learning resources, and it can also open students' horizons to become smarter humans in all situations. Thanks.
Okay, thank you, Hafiz. Okay, maybe enough our meeting today, and we close our Zoom today by Hamdalah. Alhamdulillah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.